Hi again folks, how you all doing? Well, what have I got here? This is a Hornby R30130 Class P2 that was sent to me by Paul. He said that there seems to be a connection issue with the drawbar and the locomotive doesn't run unless you lift the tender up. Let's turn on the power and see what happens. Not an awful lot. No, I'm not getting anything at all. Okay, we'll get it to the bench and we'll have a wee look. Okay then, let's get a look at this Hornby P2. This is the Thane of Fife. Fairly new model, very nicely detailed, and it's got one of those sort of push together drawbars that just unplug like that. So we've got male connectors there and female connectors in the tender. What I suspect is maybe happening here is, say that's the tender and that's the locomotive, is that we've got this kind of situation going on. So if you lift the tender up, it's making contact, but if not, it's not making a good contact. So the problem is probably in there. I suppose I need to see if it's possible to open this up. It looks as if it's been glued. It might be possible to open that up and see what the contacts are like. Maybe give them a wee bit of a bend. I think Hornby do have replacements for these, so that's an option. I don't think there's much we can do to the locomotive. I mean, the other possibility, of course, is that it's a broken wire, which could be... yeah, that could be tricky to diagnose. Right, I think we'll put this on the test track and we'll just have another look at the problem in action. Okay, so I've got the power turned up to 50%. We'll just give the tender a bit of a wiggle around. Yeah, you can see the wheels are turning there. There we go. I'm just trying to keep the tender wheels on the track, just to kind of rule out any short. Yeah, it's definitely a bad drawbar connection, but is it the actual terminals in the connection, or is it a broken wire? That's what we're going to have to find out. Just double up the specs again and we'll get a wee look in this drawbar connection on the tender. Get the endoscope light down in there. Oh, right, one of the terminals, the one on the far right, I don't know how well you can see this on the endoscope, probably not very well, but the one on the far right on the top is broken. Yeah, I think it's the contacts in there. Let's see if we can get this out. And we'll maybe see about getting a replacement from Hornby. I'm guessing we'll need to remove this. Is that coming out, or is there another hidden screw somewhere? Might have to remove this coupling. There's certainly a screw down in there, I think, yep. Oh gee whiz. Little screws on the underside of the tender at the front. Undo those. It comes off like that. So it's a 21 pin job. We can remove this. That's the wiring there. I really want to remove this there we go, just kind of clipped on. That's what we're dealing with, and I think it's well, One of the contacts in there is broken, I'm pretty sure. Whoops, all the wheels fall out, of course. Yeah, dafty. Everything else looks fine. Yeah, there would be a screw underneath that circuit board, wouldn't there? Goodness me. Right, so I'll need to remove that and undo this. Bit of a faff and a fiddle. That'll allow me to lift that up, and then I can get that screw in. Get that screw undone. And then that lifts off. So we've got a little plug for that connection. That's good. We'll get that out. Find my little plug tool. Where is it? There it is. Oh no, it's not. What have I done with it? There. Get my little plug remover tool. Pull that out. They've crossed the wires, so I'm going to have to try and feed this through there. Like that. But the black wire's still threaded through. Hornby, honestly. So I can't get that out without desoldering the black wire. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure I can get a replacement for one of these. So I'll go and have a look online and see if we can do that. Sort all these wee screws out. Right, I'll check for a replacement. Okay, I've been online and I have been able to order a replacement for this. However, just off camera there, I've managed to open this up. Just get the endoscope in. So I've managed to get this apart, and you can see that this contact here has been kind of folded back. I think that's what the main problem has been. Whether it's possible to bring that back or not, I don't know. Probably not. I think if you bend that back, it's going to snap off. On this side, one has come out, so it's maybe a bit loose, but that would probably be okay. So it might have been repairable, but I think it's probably going to be an easier job just to get the replacement. So yeah, I've put an order in from Lendons of Cardiff for a replacement for that, and when it comes we'll fit it, and hopefully it'll be okay. Right, so a couple of days later I've got the replacement drawbar, and this is Hornby part number X7955. I got this from Lendons of Cardiff. It doesn't have the plug, so I'm going to have to remove the plug from the old one and fit it onto this one, which is going to be a little bit fiddly. I've removed one of these before, and yeah, it's very fiddly. I'll just get the endoscope in. So to get these wires out of here, I've got to lift up these little plastic tabs and push the plugs out. That one looks a little damaged actually. We'll do them one wire at a time. Get that out of the way just now. Let's get the replacement out. Which way round does this go? It's going to go that way. So we'll do the white wire first. So we'll need to try and get the white wire out of here. So what I'll do is I shall gently pull it. If I can get my finger through. I don't want to break it, but just gently pull it. And then try and lift that tab and it should come out. And here we go, it comes out. I'm going to make a very careful note which way round it is. So the blades on the plug are facing down the way. Feed this white wire through. I want to do this one wire at a time just so I don't get the wires mixed up, keep them in the right order. So feed that wire through there. That wire out of the way. That wants to go in like that, and it should just clip in like so. We'll maybe give it just a wee shove in just to make sure. Like that. And there we go. So it's not difficult, it's just a wee bitty fiddly because it's so small. Right, I'll do the blue one now. Again, gently pull it, lift the tab, and out it comes. So, right, I'm going to get that endoscope out the road, and then I'll do the others. That's it out. So now I should be able to remove that old plug altogether. There we go. And there we go, that's the plug fitted. Right, so that now goes on there. And that goes on that way, like that. There we go. Now then, if we plug this into the locomotive, it should work. Fingers crossed. Right, I'm just looking down inside this plug and I can see a similar problem would occur. I should have checked that before I fitted it. So there's 4 contacts inside that socket, and they're all kind of like that. They're open to, you know, accept the plug on the locomotive, but the one at the end is closed. So when you plug that in, the chances are you're just going to bend it, which is exactly what happened to the old one. See how that's bent back? Exactly the same thing is going to happen. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the end contact is bent. That's a real blow. That really is. I'm probably going to have to take this out and open it up, which, you know, it's a bit of a fiddly thing to do. There's a risk of it all like springing apart when I open it up, but I think it's the only way I'll be able to get to that contact and fix it so it's open and not shut. Because if I poke a pointy thing like the tweezers in, it's fine. I can, that would be okay. But the plug on the locomotive is just going to hit the end of that contact straight away and bend it back. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hornby, Hornby, Hornby. There's nothing else for it. We're going to have to do it because otherwise it's just going to end up being exactly the same as it was. But you can see how that problem arises. I'm aware that people have had problems with these connectors, and maybe this is why. They're maybe coming out of the factory not quite as they should. And when you unplug them and then plug them back in, it's causing the terminals to get mangled. So my advice would be, have a very close look at your tender sockets if you've got one of these connectors, and see what it's like. I'm going to have to look. I've got one on my Black 5, so I'm going to go and have a very close look at it, because I might have to do the same thing as this. I was quite happy to open up the old one because, well, I'm replacing it anyway, but opening up this one is going to be a slightly different matter because I don't want to break it. Otherwise, I'm buying another one. I'm just kicking myself for not checking the condition of it before fitting it. Lesson learned. So that's it opened up. And this is the problem one here. See how this one is kind of bent upwards compared to these ones. So I need to bend this so it's the same as those. On the other half, they're all okay. They're all correct. It's just that one. This is model locomotive microsurgery. Right, I want that bent. And I want the end of it to be bent. There. That now looks better. Gee whiz. I mean, that's something I should not have had to have done. Just ridiculous. Put all the screws back in. Let's see if this plugs in okay and if the locomotive actually runs. We're plugged in. Fingers crossed. Okay, power on. And away it goes. Oh. Okay, so I've just unplugged it. There's a lot of scratching on the plug on the locomotive, just let you see. That's the underside. It's quite scratched. Right, I'm just going to try this again. Turn on the power. And it's not going. See, I just had a hunch that if I unplugged it and plugged it back together again, it might not go. There we go. Yeah, there's still a problem. Oh, jings. So this is one of those repairs that's taking me a bit longer than anticipated, so I think I'm going to have to split this into two videos. I think it's just going to be too much for a single video. So I'm going to call this the end of part 1, and we'll see in part 2 whether I can get this very nice model of a P2 running again. Catch you later, folks.